What a beautiful day. I just want to share to all of you out there. First of all, it's like this is an unrehearsed script. So I'm just, expressing as I go. Um, so right about like 2 weeks ago, I've got like two, or actually it started out as one video that went viral. I know it's not a lot, but it's 1,000 views. So to me, it's quite a big step. Um, And the following week, literally just like after right about I think 4 to 5 days ago, another video just went viral. So I'm gonna have those two videos either on here, I don't know, or right below the link so you can watch them. But I'm really happy. I'm really glad that that my message is able to reach out to 1,000 people, and it's good enough for me. Like honestly, it's good enough for me. So, well, I know the title of it goes like celebrate the small steps and the big steps will come later. But rather, it's not about sharing my excitement and my joy. I'm happy, of course, 100% on that. But then it's more about sharing my learning towards what motivates me, from doing this channel and towards mindfulness and what are my learnings and how I apply being mindful, being present, and not overthinking, not having the mode of analysis, analysis, or whichever comes first. So, um, what are my learnings, and how do I go about doing it? As you can see, it's unrehearsed, so it's like I can refer to something. By the way, it's my first time doing that, so yeah, what I'm just going ahead. How I managed to do that was I've asked myself, it's like, oh, why am I so happy? Like, what what got me there? And the moment I start asking myself that, I realized something. I had changed, and I had experienced change literally. Coming from someone that has, an overachievers, I think I'm sort of like an ENTJ, the one that is really um, highly motivated and highly competitive. I'm always chasing. I'm always looking beyond. Like asking me to look what's happening today is impossible. I'm 3 steps or 5 steps ahead. Been always thinking about like, oh, the result. I'm pretty result driven, as an individual in the past. And that's because I'm holding an executive role, in the past. But I've turned inwards. And by turning inwards, I slimmed down so much. I was no longer unhappy with my progress. Why did I say that? Because it's like, as someone that is overachieving in and always looking in terms of the result, wanting to know the end, this is a big step. Right now, I'm the complete opposite. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the result. It doesn't matter if I get 1,000 views, or it doesn't matter that I get like 10,000 or a million views. And if it doesn't reach that, it's okay. I'm more happy right now about my baby steps. Even if it reached 10 views or just like one views, I'm happy. I'm more than happy to make more out of it. And looking back from what I did and what I am right now, this is something to celebrate. And of course, honestly, it's like I believe that the baby steps would, it's like compound interest where you compound one thing and then you kind of like stacked up, and then there you go, you could see the mountain. But rather than just focusing on the mountains, why not focus on what's underneath the mountains? What is scratching the surface? Doing a body scan, have a self-reflect to see where we are and what bring us here today, that deserves to be celebrated. That is a milestone already to uncover yourself slowly. It's like peeling an onion rings. Like I take the joy of peeling an onion rings, by the way, rather than, like having a taste of it. So it's about the progress. It's like seriously about the progress, not just the progress in terms of literal work, but in terms of progress, how you feel. And I think this is a big change that could be applied to everyday life, everyday life, such as like on work. It doesn't matter, whether you get the work done or not, or sorry, whether the work, is intentionally wrong or whatever, what am I saying? It's like you might get reprimanded by your boss if it's wrong stuff that you did, but it doesn't matter. All it takes is that you know that you're making progress. And having a tick box of your own to check your progress and to celebrate it, I think that is so important, you know. Because at the end of the day, if it's wrong, it still be right. And if it's right, then it deserves more to be celebrated. Which brings me about in depth about how we think about progress and also results. If you're looking at your progress and taking it one step at a time, your emotions feel less frustrating. And this is true. And I think checking back on my own is like I was always so diluted and angry because I'm like, oh, it's never gonna reach the goal pole. And that's because like the goal pole is so far away. And by the end of it, even though you reach the goal post, yeah, you might have a big celebration, but yeah, okay. But so what? Instead, applying baby step, one step at a time, and know that you make such progress and have that little moment, even by just doing something, just having a rest for 5 minutes to celebrate your success, or just, I don't know, like getting yourself, a break, walking in nature, to listen to your favorite song as a reward. Those are the moments that you are taking inwards. And nobody has to know about it. It's totally fine. Nobody has to know about it, but you know about it. This is the most important thing. Moment at a step is what it takes. Being present. This is what we talk about. Being still, being present, all that, those are mindfulness. Those are mindful practice. This is the application that we can use it on our everyday life. Like for instance, in relationship, you know, you don't want to just step into a relationship and wonder about, oh, is he or she gonna like me? Or is she is gonna react in that way if I would to, like overdo things. Those are just overthinking, you know. Rather, what you should be doing is just I'll just do it and see how it goes. If it goes back or if it goes sideways, I do something else. I go for someone else. There's always a choice. And but if you don't do it, don't do those baby steps, I think we never we're not ever gonna be able to move, right? I'm not making sense. Um, so also the other thing that I wanted to cover, once you are in a position where you realize by celebrating your small success, you realize the end goal doesn't matter anymore right now. Really, seriously, it doesn't matter at all. And I know it's really hard for people to try that, to say that, oh, Brandon, it's like, wow, it's like, how, what are you saying? It's like, we do not have to plan ahead. This is not what I mean. I mean, having an end goal is a plan, but celebrating your baby steps is not about going from 1 to 100. It's going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Those are the implications, and those are the learnings that we should take in inwards, and how we could apply it, to our everyday life. Once again, I think those are more satisfying. Sorry, I got lost in my train of thought. But at the end of it, I'm referring back to my if we learn how to appreciate those moments, our failure would seem so much of a success. And our success determines on those little success then what make us up to today. Rather than thinking about the future, rather than thinking about the end result, rather than to be thinking about the ultimanium or the consequences, think about what is the moment of failure that could be celebrated because you learned something, the moment of success because you managed to pass through today, you managed to pass through an hour, you managed to pass through 1 minute or even a second. That holding is the foundation of what makes we being the present, being in ourselves and celebrating that. So I'm not too sure how long this video is going to be. I hope my learnings for creating this YouTube channel and chunking out content like that is beneficial for all of you. I'm not really someone that is really huge on like, oh, like I got like a million subscriber or like 10,000 subscriber. I don't give a shit. What I care is about if this reach a single soul, that's all it takes. And if you do not resonate, do not subscribe, it's totally fine. But if it does resonate, right, then if you give me a like, then I think millions of people or more would benefit from that. And this is not saying from something that I want to achieve, but I think it's out of something that you could benefit from it. And I just like to close this sentence, which that is from the beginning of this video. Celebrate the small steps, the baby steps. The big steps will come later. This is a belief that I hold on, that I learned within this 3 years of tuning, adjusting, resetting. So I hope that you will like this content and that it resonates with you. Once again, my name is Lua, and I hope to see you soon. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions or like any command, below, I just want to know who you are. So until next time, ciao.